Danielle Brandon places 4th at the CrossFit Games 2025. Now, if you missed my video 2 weeks ago, you can find that video here where I go over what we did to fuel Danielle during the off season, using the right nutritional protocols, nutrient timing, and everything in between. Today, I'm gonna go over what we did leading into the week of the games so that you can get a sense of how to fuel better for your competition. Now, if you're doing 4 to 5 WODs per week and you're not subscribed to the channel, you're missing out on free videos just like this one that you can watch multiple times every single week. So if you click that subscribe button, I'll love you forever. It takes 2 seconds. Thank you very much. So I want to get into what we did to fuel Danielle leading into the week. And keep in mind, guys, you don't have to be trying to go to the games or compete at a high level to use the protocols that I use with her. I simplify everything by not tracking macros so you can understand how to benefit from building more muscle, losing body fat, and just hitting PRs, getting stronger, and getting your gymnastics better. Who doesn't have goals like that? And so the first thing that I want to go over with you guys is what we did leading up the week before. And some of these are going to be things you don't want to do leading into a competition or in general. So rule number 1, we're not in a calorie deficit. I know this seems obvious, but a lot of you try to lose weight in order to get better gymnastics 2 to 3 weeks out from your competition. This makes absolutely no sense. You're not going to lose that much weight, first of all. You're not going to miraculously start stringing together multiple muscle ups. So instead, focus on fueling your body appropriately. And this is what we did with Danielle. We made sure that she was getting enough calories to support her performance, to be ready not only to recover, but also be ready to be fueled for the actual games. Number 2, we didn't start any new supplements or start trying any new random food. This is something reserved for the off season. In the off season, trying different foods that are actually nutrient dense that help support performance and overall health is a great thing, but you don't want to be doing this weeks before the games, especially when it comes to supplements, because supplements are random, they have proprietary blends, and you're not sure if some of these supplements are third-party tested or not. You don't want to take the risk of something you don't trust. Now, leading into the week, and so obviously the CrossFit Games started in 2025. Now, obviously, this was a big day, several different events, but also long duration events as well. And so fueling going into the CrossFit Games is very important. So number 1, the Monday before, she started drinking Pedialyte. Pedialyte is the exact formula the human body needs to be hydrated. The extra strength Pedialyte is usually typically the one that we will go with because it allows for her to feel completely hydrated going in. So 50-50 water and Pedialyte, really drink throughout the day leading into your next competition. The second thing we did was 3 to 4 days prior to, we started carbohydrate loading. This is giving your body an indication that it's going to store more carbohydrates than usual because more intense activity is actually coming. And so your body stores that, reserves these glycogen stores so that you're actually topped off and ready to go to participate and get really intense workouts done and recover from them better. Leading into the games outside of that, it's definitely high protein meals, eating consistently 4 to 5 times per day, her typical post-WOD recovery shake and carbohydrates. All of these things are extremely important to make sure her routine is set, the habits are set, and she's getting in enough fuel leading into such a high competing and high level event. So those are some of the things we do ahead of time. As we get into the competition, what changes? Now, the Friday morning before the competition starts, we want to have a very healthy but very routine breakfast. Oatmeal, eggs. These things are actually super easy for her to fuel her properly, and she's used to eating them. So what I typically recommend for people is just have your same typical breakfast to get ready for the actual event. Ideally, she's drinking Gatorade before each event. Gatorade helps you hydrate, but also has carbohydrates, simple carbohydrates that keep her fueled and actually help her recover better. And so Gatorade before each event and finishes the Gatorade after each event with typically 20 to 30 grams of post-workout protein and 40 to 60 grams of post-workout carbs. So this puts her at anywhere around 80 to 100 grams after each event, especially if it's something longer. This is going to help her fuel recover for the next event that's coming because multiple events even the next day are coming and the next day after that. And so making sure that right after the event is over, you're getting the recovery process started. Meaning when the event is over, it's not time to chat with this person or do this thing. It's recapping with your coach and finally getting in some post-workout recovery and post-workout fuel, which is typically in the form of a shake because it's most easily digestible. Now, about an hour after that, it's snack time. It's gummy bears, it's gummy worms, it's white bread jelly, something that actually gets food in the stomach. You can't go all day without eating. Now, a typical strategy we utilize is if there's very short window between events, we don't have time to have a full meal, but we have snacks available. High carbohydrate snacks are going to be the most important. And so this is something we incorporate regularly. Vegetables and fats aren't really necessary throughout the day. Your body's going to have a tough time digesting these foods, and so therefore we eliminate them throughout the day. But typically, for recovery purposes, we want to focus on carbs. Now, let's talk about post when the day is over. She's done 3 events. She's got to get refueled and recovered for the next day. This is where the big meal comes in. And usually at CBG, we call these recovery meals. This looks typically something like Chipotle. Lots of rice. Burrito also has extra carbs. We're adding in double steak. We're adding in some fat. We're putting in some vegetables. We're getting a little bit of everything with the emphasis on carbs first. Carbs are our WOD energy. We need as much of those as possible. And so that's what typically this looks like. And then we usually top off the night with a nightcap, a snack like a protein bar, chopsticks, blueberries and cottage cheese, something that really finishes off the night, getting in some extra carbohydrates, even putting some yogurt and putting honey on it. Things like this are a really great nightcap in order to finish off the day right. And the next morning we repeat. Now, another thing is intra-workout carbs. Now, some of you know what intra-workout carbs are. It's basically when you're having simple liquid carbohydrates throughout your workout session. Now, this is obviously kind of confusing. You're like, Justin, how am I gonna like take a sip of Gatorade or start having carbohydrates literally in between an event? Well, keep in mind, there are strategic times, whether there's a part A and part B, where they do a workout, it's scored, and then they do a workout right after, or when there's a lifting event. These intra-workout carbs give your body the ability to recognize that food and fuel is coming, even from amylase, which is starting to digest in your tongue and through enzymes that are in your mouth, signals to the brain, fuel is coming, I can push a little bit harder. And so in between the part A, part B, incorporating this tip lets it know it's safe, it can keep pushing itself. Your body doesn't want to push that hard. It's giving signals that it wants to shut down, which is why you slow down, but we don't want that to happen. We want to keep pushing harder. Giving your body this fuel and a little bit of these simple carbohydrates can be really, really beneficial. Now, this is an advanced tip, takes time, nonetheless, very, very important, and you'll actually see some of the games athletes utilizing this strategy. So that's the advanced tip I have for you guys. Now, if you're someone that does all of this stuff, but you still feel like you're struggling, and when you go to compete, you feel like other people that are not as good as you do better, it's probably something to do with your nutrition. And so there is a link below in the description you can click to learn more about what it's like to quit tracking macros, look more like a games athlete, and actually feel fueled and get all the results you deserve. And so if you're interested in working with our team, we did open a few last minute spots. You can click the link and that'll give you the opportunity to learn more. I appreciate you guys watching these videos. Don't forget to like, don't forget to comment and subscribe, and YouTube wants you to watch this video next.